Last night, the Washington Post reported that Attorney General Jeff Sessions met with the Russian ambassador 2 times last year. And as you know, during his confirmation hearing, he denied having any contacts with Russian officials. So I'm wondering, do you agree with some of your Democratic colleagues that this merits his resignation?
Well, I think a couple of things are happening. One, if we're just talking about doing an investigation on Russia's involvement with our elections, which I think should happen, he must recuse himself, just for a number of reasons. One, as the top prosecutor and somebody who oversees those investigatory agencies, I think it is important that there be the appearance clean of any impropriety. Anytime there's an appearance of impropriety, you step away as a prosecutor, you know, and I think that's important for him to do. Secondly, just in general, he's been the Attorney General now for, less than a month, and we're questioning whether the top law enforcement officer of the country who oversees federal agencies that investigate crime, we're now questioning whether or not this individual has committed a crime. For that very reason, I think he should resign, just to protect the integrity of the agencies so that they continue to appear impartial, that you protect the integrity of any investigation that they're undergoing. So yes, I think he should resign for that reason. You know, I was a prosecutor for 10 years. And anytime you oversaw an investigation or prosecution, you wanted to protect the integrity of it. So even if there was the appearance of impropriety, you would step away from it. Right. And so all of this is being called into question, and I think we need to make sure that people, generally the public, is comforted, believes that we have the Department of Justice is an agency that's going to continue down the path of fair and impartial investigations and prosecutions. And so I think he's called that into question, and that concerns me. And so yes, I think he should resign for that reason.
Do you believe he perjured himself?
That's the very reason why you call for investigations, to look at all the facts and evidence and make that determination.
Do you trust your Republican colleagues to fairly investigate Russia's involvement in the election?
I do. I think there's a couple of things that we're calling for now, and I support fair, impartial investigations occurring, particularly here. And let me jump back here. Here's the reason why. You know, the democratic process, which we are so proud of, is our ability to vote and trust the votes that they're in our election system in the United States. And now we have concerns that Russia has come in and tampered with our election process to benefit somebody. And we also have concerns that that individual that potentially could have benefited from it may have had communications, or their campaign may have had communications with Russia. So yes, we should have an investigation that is fair, it's impartial, it's independent. Just because of our country and our electoral process, we should have that. With that said, there's a couple of ways that we can go about doing this. The Senate should be having investigations, and so right now we know there's a couple of them happening. The Intelligence Committee is looking at that, and it should go forward with an investigation. We also know that Foreign Affairs, there could be a separate investigation like a 9/11 commission that should look at all of this, and I support that as well. And then for purposes of criminal activity and deciding whether there was a crime committed, DOJ should be doing an investigation. And that's where when I talk about the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, recusing himself, that's where he should recuse himself from that type of investigation, but it should occur.